Hey, it's me, Vicky Marie. And I bet you're surprised to see me on here tonight at this time. I don't normally do late lives. Um, but gosh, today I've been sort of getting a lot of things ready for Christmas, etc. I finished my last classes today. I feel like I'm officially sort of building up to the holiday, because I don't have any classes. I mean, I will, this is like a second job to me in a way, but it's not like a job. It's what I enjoy doing. I've got some Christmas, as you know, I'm going to a Christmas party tomorrow, etc. I don't know, and I've been like sort of happy about that, looking forward to Christmas, looking forward to sort of finishing off the shopping, etc. And then there's always that sort of thing that that people aren't having such a good Christmas or a build up to Christmas as you are, because I know, because I've been that person. So, and then, oh gosh, I feel like I'm sort of tripping over my words as to why I'm here tonight, but I hope you appreciate why I'm here. So then when I went to the supermarket today, I have there's people who sit outside the supermarket with their little dogs dressed up for Christmas, because there's a photo of the dog in the Christmas pictures, and I didn't have any I want to say effectivo, but that's a Spanish word. I didn't have any change, again. So when I went in, and I said to the old lady who sat there with her dog, and I say the old lady, she might be younger than me, I don't know. And I said, look, I just haven't got any change, can I get you some dog food for the dog or something? And she said, oh no. She said, well, get me some milk. She said, oh, that's right. So I said, well, can I get you anything in particular? And she said, oh, get me some milk, because I don't know if you've noticed, but milk, which is a staple, really, isn't it? If you like, most people drink milk one way or another. It's so expensive now compared to what it was. It's like you have to take out a mortgage to buy a pack of. I drink UHT milk, so to buy a pack of 6 UHT milk, you have to practically take out a mortgage. Anyway, I bought her some milk, and she was really, really happy. And I thought, oh, and it felt really good, and that was nice. And then there's been. Oh gosh, so there's been a couple of good results today, haven't they? So with Brianna Gay, her killers, her murderers, even though they were only children at the time, 15 themselves, they've been found guilty. So we'll find out what their sentences are in the new year. So that was a good result, that they were found guilty, both of them, because they're both as guilty as each other. And then there was the other case that we looked at the sentencing, didn't we, of Darren, the button mushroom, and he's got at least a minimum of 20 years sentence for the murder of Claire, his ex-partner. So that was a good thing as well. After 11 years it's taken for justice to catch up with him. So that was some good news. So everything was feeling good. And then, I don't like to talk about other YouTube channels, and I'm not going to talk about other YouTube channels. But then there was the news that Mr. Falding, had released the sonar images of what is supposed to be Nicola's body at the end of the day to another YouTube channel. So, you know what? I just look forward to the day when Mr. Falding decides that he's going to release his images to another sonar expert. Well, I say another one. I mean, is he really a sonar expert? Honest to God, I'm just going off him by the minute. But anyway, okay. So I thought he was going to release his images to sonar experts. So no, so far he's released them to 2 YouTubers and a celebrity psychic. But anyway, we'll see what happens. And then just tonight, literally, I wasn't even going on YouTube, but I've been doing some cleaning, believe it or not. And that's unusual for me to do cleaning, but I'm trying to get like things that I haven't done, like, those sort of things like you do your normal cleaning, but then the real you know, I don't know, taking all the stuff out of a cupboard and cleaning the cupboard, that sort of thing that I've been doing today. Things that you don't do very often. And then I just sat down and I put on YouTube and this video popped up. So that's literally how impromptu. I didn't even know I was going to do a live. This video literally popped up about an hour ago and I just had to come on live because I'm just, you know, it's coming up to Christmas. Christmas is a difficult time when you've just been bereaved. You know, I know that. And but it wasn't my, you know, losing my mum. I didn't lose my mum at Christmas time. But some people I know that have put comments on here, they did, and they'll know how that feels, even as adults, never mind as children. And the disrespect at the moment that's being shown to Nicola, does nobody care? I mean, you know, I'm a YouTuber. I've made videos about Nicola. I'm not saying that I haven't. And people might say, oh, well, you're just doing the same thing. But no, I don't really think that I am. Because now, as it's just coming up to Christmas, there's people saying they've got her autopsy reports. There's the sonar images seem to be going out to everybody except to actual experts. And you know, from a man who said that he wasn't going to show them with respect to the family. I mean, come on, you know, who's he going to show them to next? You know, and why has he not gone first of all to a sonar expert and had an interview with a sonar expert? You know, what is this? It's I'm finding it really uncomfortable. And then I found this video that we're going to go through again. I mean, it's just one of the many videos from back in February that just are completely different from what he's saying now. So it's very, you know, I am finding it really, really difficult to cope with the way that I feel that Nicola's been disrespected, especially coming up to Christmas like this. But anyway, let me just say hello to you all. Sorry, I sound like a bit down. I'm not down. It's just upsetting me because I'm just imagining. As soon as one thing, you know. Now, I'm hoping that Nicola's mum and dad are not social media friendly. We know that Paul is definitely social media friendly. But to me, there's no difference between what Mr. Folding's just done or releasing these sonar images to YouTube channels as to what Paul or his friend did or whoever when they released the CCTV to a YouTube channel. It just seems a bit odd to me. There's no difference. You know, if people who condemn that, they should be condemning this as well, because that is not the way to do it. Whatever you think, whoever you think is right, wrong, whatever, it's not the way to do it through YouTube channels. It's not professional. You know, I'm a YouTube channel, but I'm Vicky Marie Chats. We just sit and have a chat. I'm not pretending to be anything professional or anything, you know, it's just like a chat and mulling over things, not putting myself out there saying I'm an expert or I'm this or I'm that or I'm a whatever, you know. I'm just, honestly, I'm a little bit speechless. But anyway, let me say hello to everyone. Hi, David. Hi, Katrine. Oh, Rio. Hi, Rio. Of course, it's Wednesday, so you're not at Kung Fu or anything. Hi, Katrine. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Claire. Hi, Charlie. I know this is really late for me, isn't it? It just shows you, it's just sort of wound me up, the whole thing. Hi, Maggie. Oh, and can I just say, please don't anybody mention YouTube channels. As you know, I don't mention their names. I think you all probably know who we're talking about. I have had to remove some comments just because I can't just keep saying it all the time. And, you know, I don't mention other YouTube channels' names on my channel unless they're members. I mean, I have a lot of YouTube channels that are members, you know, and how am I not going to mention them? But anyway, you know what I mean, I think. Oh, Charlie, I'm glad you're happy I'm here. Oh, Charlie, bless. Hi, Ruth. Hi, Ruth. Oh, I hope you're okay. Hi, Jackie with the CQ. So, Charlie's having a gin and tonic with Chris, and now you're worried about the lady who disappeared in Scotland. I know, the thing is, though, I think people have always disappeared close to rivers. I think it's just that now we notice it more. We notice it more. I mean, a year ago, I wouldn't, that could have been on the, don't forget that the mainstream media as well know that we're noticing it more. So they're going to push these stories because they know that people will take an interest in them because of the Nicola Bulley case. So, you've got to be aware of that. It's not that it's only just happening, it's always happened. Hi, Michael Craven. Hi, Wendy Woo. David, mushroom. Well, funny enough, mushrooms are probably one of my favourite foods. But no, don't even go there. Hi, Red Bull vodka. Yeah, well, you know, where's it? Where's the expert confirmation? Do you know what I mean? It's like no matter what you think, I'm not giving any disrespect to any YouTube channels or even the celebrity psychic. What I'm saying is, where's the sonar experts? Come on, Mr. Foldling. Where's the sonar experts backing you up? Strange. Hi, Lee. Hi, Amethyst. Hi, David. What new girls? Sorry. See, Red Bull lost your dad the day after New Year's celebration. It's awful. Well, it's always awful to lose your dad, of course, or your mum or whatever. But I think at certain times of year, it's just like I've said before, you cannot escape it. You'll always think of that because it's coming up to New Year. You can't sort of, just carry on with normal life. It's New Year because everyone's celebrating it. So it's always more resonant, same as Christmas. But anyway. Oh, David, that's true. Quentin Chris did say that. Yeah, the dust doesn't get any thicker after the first 4 years. I do tend to leave it maybe 6 months, definitely. Maybe twice a year. I have a bit of clean up of the, like when you clean the drawers out and things. Ah. Oh, Wendy. It's true. I mean, the thing is, the one thing that's you can never escape from is the fact that, you're born and then you die. I mean, they're just facts of life, aren't they, really? We're all terrified of it. And it's horrible to think, that one day you're going to die. But it's also the worst thing is when you lose people you love, people, pets, but it was the Queen, wasn't it? The Queen Elizabeth, she said, grief is the price that we pay for love. And I think that was, such a true thing. Because if you don't love people or love things like pets, etc., you wouldn't feel grief, but then you would have missed out on all that pleasure of feeling love. So, and the other thing is, we all go through it. We all go through it. It's like that's a commonality that we have. We're all born and we all die. That's the one thing that we're guaranteed. And that doesn't matter if you're rich, poor, male, female, black, white, whatever your sexuality is. These are things that are common amongst all human beings. So, we should be sympathetic to each other about that. And we all lose people that we love. We can't escape it. It's part of this journey that we're on. Kelly, you've not missed anything. I'm only saying hello so far. Hi, Sky. Well, he's released it to a YouTuber who, how can I say it without mentioning it, a YouTuber who normally I would respect, but they've gone a little bit down in my estimation as well. Female YouTuber who lives in America. Charlie's on the gym. Hi, Julie. Hi, Jetstream. Oh, thank you. Jetstream saying I'm a lovely lady. Well, sometimes I am. I have my moments. Hi, Mello. Mello's making chips. Can you make me some, Mello, please? I'm going to have egg on toast after I finish this, I think. Okay. Hi, Wesley. Oh gosh, suddenly there's loads. There wasn't so many of you on here earlier. There's loads of you now. Hi, Carla. Hey. Hi, Mal. Member for 3 months. Thank you so much for being a member for 3 months. Oh, right. So Amethyst lost her mother-in-law, or his mother-in-law, I'm not sure. Oh, just on Wednesday. Oh, my goodness. Right. Okay. So I think I've got to the end of saying hello to everyone. I can see you're all saying hello to each other. I want to say hello to everybody watching at home. Not everybody likes to participate in the chat, I know. Even hello to trolleys or anybody who's watching to see what I've got to say about this whole thing. But thank you so much. Oh gosh, yeah, I need to put my little ticker on just for a minute. Now remind me to take it off because I left it on the other day all the way through and I know people don't like that. So thank you. Thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, being members. Only I've got so many members now. Oh, and I think you saw that I've had to change the members to Friday because I've got a bit of a Christmas party tomorrow and I just might have had too much to drink, you know, so I might I may be okay, but I think it's safer to leave it till Friday. And I've got something very special to show the members on Friday, which will all be revealed then. So yeah, and thank you for everyone who's bought me a Ko-fi, everyone who sent me a super, people that have bought things from my store. Thank you so much. Yeah, just thank you for any way you've supported my channel. I get lots of emails, I get lots of messages of support, and I try to answer everyone. If I haven't answered you yet, it's just that I haven't got around to it, but I always try and answer when people message me. Okay, let me take that off now so that I don't leave it on all the time. Hi, Mark Shippen. Hi, Maggie. Just making sure I haven't missed anyone. I don't think I have. I'm coming down to the bottom here. Now, so hi, Alfie. Oh, well, that's good. People without channels doing their bits for Nicola's justice. You know, this is it. It is about Nicola. I feel like it's just got lost. It's all about everybody else. Egos, trying to plug their channel, trying to promote their next what is it, you know, tantalizing people. Well, this is what I'm going to talk about in the next part. You know, talk about it now. You know, what is the point? So if I say to you like, oh, well, yeah, I'm going to say this, but tomorrow I'm going to say a little bit more. I mean, it's just, you know, it's just not on. But anyway, so then on top of all that, I was starting to think, oh God, this is just awful. The way that people don't seem to be, the way that people seem to be disrespecting Nicola. In my eyes, they are disrespecting her. You know, and her girls and her family. This is coming up to Christmas, to be coming out with all these things. Hi, Nick Nack. To me, I just don't like it. So that's all. So, you know, we need to have a little bit of respect. When Mr. Falding said that in the new year, he was going to send off, you know, for whatever reason, he was waiting to the new year to send off his sonar images to experts. But in the meantime, he seems to be sending them to everybody else. I don't know what the delay is. What is the delay in sending them to experts? You know, where's his confirmation from experts that this is where it is? And really, what even difference does it make? What difference does it make? How did Nikki end up in the water? That's all I want to know. So let's look at this bit. Oh, and so as I'm thinking all this, then just sat down in the middle of my cleaning and boom, this video comes up. Let me just find it. Oh, of course, I can't find it now. Where is it? Come on. Right, that's something else. Oh, it's because I've actually recorded it to play for you. I'd forgotten that. Hang on. A window. Just got to work out how to do it, as always. It's never straightforward. Right, hang on, let me find it. Hi, Tracy. Sorry, I'm just working out how to share this video. Right, hang on. Oh, why can't I find it? Right. Ah, that's it. Hang on, I found it, I think. Yeah. Okay, so this is a video from Talk TV.
Simon Harding still with
just
me and joining
literally
now
popped up on my feed, you know, like things do. You know, things pop up, don't they? If you follow things about Nicola Bulley or about whoever, you follow things about, things just pop up on your feed. And this popped up on my feed today. I just noticed what you was. Hi, Tracy. I think I said hello to Tracy. I don't know anything about that, Maggie, but I will look into that, but I just can't at the moment. Naked, Tracy. Is that predictive text? You put in knick-knack and it's come up as naked. It's great, isn't it? Anyway, so we're going to watch this. So this is Jeremy Kyle interviewing 3 people: Mark Williams Thomas, Mr. Falding, and a police officer who I've seen being interviewed as well before. Hi, Chumba.
Search expert who has been assisting in the search for Nicola, and Mark Williams Thomas, an investigative journalist and former police detective. Welcome both. Mark, can I start with you, my friend, please? Who do you believe, the police or the husband?
So don't you think that's a funny thing for Jeremy to say? Who do you believe, the police or the husband? But at the end of the day, to be fair to Paul, well, for a start, he's not her husband. But he only said what he said, really, because Peter had told him that she was definitely not in the river. So just seems a funny thing that he says.
Search for Nicola. And Mark Williams-Thomas, an investigative journalist and former police detective. Welcome both. Mark, can I start with you, my friend, please? Who do you believe, the police or the husband?
So let me be very clear. For the last couple of days, I've come up here having had very close contact with the police and also with the family. And I can tell you that I've received information over the last couple of days, which has caused me to ask the police a number of significant questions. And this evening, of course, they've now released further information. I was told about something that had gone on within the family environment, which obviously puts a different light to it. Let's be very.
So there he is, Mr. Mark Williams-Thomas, who's blocked me on Twitter for some unknown reason. But he's there saying that he came there and he was the one that found out about the welfare check on the 10th. Definitely. He went there, he started nosing around. He said he got close to the family. I don't think he got close to the family at all, really, did he? Or I don't know, maybe he did, but that's what he said. I got very close to the family. And now I heard, well, I think it was in the College of Policing review, that he was preparing to have an interview with Paul. Now, you know, I think it was made clear in the College of Policing review that Paul was not, you know, to be fair to him, whatever you think of him or don't think of him, he was not protected from the media. Now, even Peter Folding said he wasn't protected from the media, but the difference with Peter Folding is he's supposedly dealt with these things for years, and he should know a bit better, really, than talking to the media. But again, whatever you think of Paul or don't think of Paul, he's not used to dealing with the media, is he? So he should have, his family liaison officer, this was admitted in the College of Policing review, he was not advised well enough, etc. So anyway, it turns out, I think, that Mark Williams-Thomas, he was about to do an interview with Paul. Now, where he found out about the welfare check and that, I don't know, but apparently it was him who knew about the welfare check, and it was him that was putting the pressure on the police to release information about it. Do you know, David, what you've just said there, why do you think he's an ex-cop? I've just come to this realization over the last couple of days. All these people, Mark Williams-Thomas, and to be even that YouTube channel that we're talking about, they're ex-police. They're not police. You know, they make out that they know more because, you know, when was Mark Williams-Thomas in the police? You know, he's not been in the police for years and years. So what does he know now about the police? You know, he's always making out he's this expert, but he's always on the periphery of everything. Like he's on Talk TV making this interview. He's not on mainstream media making this interview. You know, so there's a lot of them that just, oh, because they've, you know, you can put as many letters after your name. You can make out you this, that, and the other in your whatever. But at the end of the day, you're still now, if you're out of the police, you're a civilian. And then the civilians can say what they want and the police are restricted to what they say. And I'm not sticking up for the police. What I'm saying is you've got to look at it from all sides and then you've got to make your mind up. I'm not telling you what to think. You've got to think, you know, we'll watch this interview. You decide what you think. Hi, North Country girl. You know, you decide what you think after listening to this, because I listened to this and I just thought, where does this fit in now with what's being said now? You know, you've got to think, well, these people are either talking a load of shite then or they're talking a load of shite now. I mean, what's the truth?
Very clear, the media strategy has been appalling. I spoke to the police yesterday in real detail, and they accepted that they had got much of that wrong, which is why there was a press conference this morning led by the ACC and the SIO. You know, Simon makes some absolutely valid points. The problem is they came out at the very beginning and said, we've got three hypotheses, but actually our main focus is that she's gone in the water, where they should have left that completely open. And I do believe they should have come out, they should have spoken to the family and said, listen, It's really important that we notify the public. This is a massive story now that she is a high-risk missing person because...
Yeah, he tries to interject himself like he's the expert, you know, but knowing that the police can't say anything. And again, whatever you think about the police or don't think about the police, and I think it's generally accepted they made a total cock up of the whole thing. Even they admitted that, really. But what he's in a privileged position, really, because he can say what he wants because he's not police anymore. So he can say whatever he likes. The police can't comment because they can't say whatever they like. So, you know, really, I've come to realize these people that are ex-police, they're always dishing the police, aren't they? You know, but they were all in the police. So obviously they didn't think the police were crap when they decided to join the police. There's loads of them, loads of YouTubers, you know, people are on Twitter and this, that and the other, and they're also down on the police, but they were all in the police. So why did they join the police if the police was so shit? Or are they just saying the police are only shit now because they're not there anymore? It's just sort of dawned on me. I was just thinking, what is it? But anyway, you know, at the end of the day, if you needed help tomorrow, you won't be phoning Mark Williams Thomas. You won't be phoning Peter Folding. You'd be phoning the police. You know, and the police, they're not perfect. I'm the last person to think that they're perfect, honestly. I would hold them up on anything that they do wrong. But a lot of police do, you know, they are the people you would turn to if you needed somebody. So, you know, you're not going to turn to Mark Williams Thomas. He won't give a shit anyway. He won't care if something happened to you. Peter Folding wouldn't care. They're just doing their own thing for their own you know, whatever, I don't know, but they're not, you won't be able to ring them if you've got a problem, put it that way. And you might not trust the police, but who else are you going to ring? Ghostbusters, probably. Sorry, just being sarcastic. So let's see what else he's got to say.
Because if she hasn't gone into the water, she may well have taken herself off away somewhere else. And of course, that's a really important thing when you're dealing with missing persons, to make the public aware so they can keep an eye on her. Let's be clear. The fact that we now know this information doesn't change everything, because it still comes down to this point of, if she had gone in the water, are they suggesting that she jumped into the water to commit suicide? Now, if she did that, the chances of dying jumping into the water are very, very slim. So is it more likely she could have gone away from the area to, you know, to do whatever herself? The position is clearly her state of mind.
So did you hear what he just said? Let's just listen to that. So he's saying, did she jump into the water? He's saying here that maybe she'd deleted herself. And the other thing is to remember that all this is being said after Peter was there, when he's now saying that he found Nicola Bulley in the water. You know, but he's only sharing his sonar images with YouTubers and psychics.
It still comes down to this point of, if she had gone in the water, are they suggesting that she jumped into the water to commit suicide? Now, if she did that, the chances of dying jumping into the water are very, very slim. So is it more likely she could have gone?
So the chances of dying diving into the water are very, very slim, according to Mark Williams Thomas. Whereas according to the inquest, she died within 10 seconds. You know, it's just all a load of rubbish, isn't it? All
away
of it.
From the area to, you know, to do whatever herself. The position is clearly her state of mind was in a difficult position at this time. And what we now need to do, and I wish the police had come out openly at the very beginning, help the family. It's not for the family to decide whether or not this information is released. It's down to the police. And I think they got their media strategy completely wrong.
Very on.
So, hi, EBO. So yeah, they've got their strategy completely wrong. No wonder they're not popular with the police, really. So it just sort of clicked with me that they're so anti the police. You know, and I know the police haven't, they did a lot of things wrong, but, you know, like, come on. So anyway, so he's Peter Folding's mate. We know that they're mates. Whether they'll still be mates now, I don't know, because of course this YouTube channel that Peter Folding's decided to share his sonar images with, they have this sort of thing between that. Anyway, I'm not going into that, but he doesn't, they always have a little spat between them, but maybe that's just contrived. Honest to God, I don't trust anyone at the moment, to be honest. I'm just making up my own mind. I don't trust what any of them say.
Honest, actually, Mark, to be fair, and I don't mean this, I don't want this to be about criticising the police, but Simon has said it and you've said it, media strategy, and it doesn't.
He said, I don't want this to be about criticising the police. That's all they do. You know, come on. Anyway,
say a lot to the general public, and this is what I'm doing the show for tonight. They must be thinking, well, no disrespect to you or Peter, there's a police force, and now it takes an ex-police officer to come up and tell them where they've got it wrong. That doesn't fill us full of confidence about the Lancashire police force, does it?
No, so again, so they're slagging off the Lancashire police force, but Mark Williams-Thomas, he only turned up. Now, somebody mentioned it earlier in the chat. Why? Hi, Desi. Why did he only turn up on the first day of the inquest? He didn't turn up on the second day of the inquest. Wonder why that was. You know, I just think Mark Williams-Thomas, he follows the money wherever it is. He's at the moment, he's all over Michelle Mone. I think that's why he banned me. He blocked me on Twitter because I said to him, you just follow the money. It was all about Oscar Pistorius, and then it was all about Michelle Mone supporting them, and then he blocked me. I mean, come on.
It's a real shame. I spoke with the police and DLT yesterday, and they did acknowledge and said, look, we've got some of these things wrong. The points you've made and the points you've been making over the last few days are absolutely valid, and we're going to try and address those things. The problem is, you know, we're into the third week now, which is absolutely ridiculous. We shouldn't have been here. Yeah. And the public are so crucial in this. If she hasn't gone into the water, then where is she? And the public are the eyes and ears of the police. The police are at an all-time low as far as confidence, and it hasn't helped the way.
No, well, I agree with him up to a point. The public, I think the police, the Lancashire police, they did cock it all up. There's no doubt about it. They didn't use the public properly. And it was interesting in the case of Gaynor Lord, wasn't it, that the police there asked for Lancashire police's help, you know, to tell them what not to do, really. And I think that worked. They have learned lessons, hopefully. And the police there in Norfolk, wasn't it? They did seem to deal with it better. Well, it seemed to us. I mean, who knows what the family think or whatever. They did seem to deal with it better. Now, whether that was because Lancashire police were saying to him, you know, basically what not to do. Don't do what we did. They did all the thick cordoned off the area, didn't they? All those things. That was Lancashire police's the first thing they did wrong. And I think everything after that just was wrong. But who is he? Who is Mark Williams-Thomas to stand there as if he's some sort of expert? He hasn't been in the police for years. You know, I do get this feeling about them. It's like they want to go back to how it used to be when they were so important. They're not so important now. They're just trying to be relevant. And everything that Mr. Foulding does, Mr. Foulding, everything he does, every next thing he does, he just ruins himself. In my, you know, I had him in such high esteem, as everybody did, and I know a lot of people don't agree with me, and a lot of people still hold him in high esteem. But I just look at what he's done, and I just think, and not only what he's done, but he's still doing. He said he wasn't going to. Right, started off in his statement saying he would never show the images out of respect for Nicola's family. Well, so since then he's shown them to 2 YouTubers and also that fake psychic, the Housewives of Cheshire psychic, also has manipulated his social media. So loads of videos have disappeared. Loads of tweets have disappeared or been changed or whatever. He changes he manipulates everything he puts out. So that's what's put. And also, I still have not seen. Now, it may be tomorrow, maybe some sonar expert will come out and say, oh, yes, I agree with Peter Folding. Why has it just been YouTubers and psychics? Where are the sonar experts confirming what Peter is saying? That's all I would say. So, we'll see anyway.
This is played out in the media and the way the police have got the strategy wrong.
Can I bring Peter in? Peter, thank you for joining us again. I have so much I want to say to you. The first thing is this. You told me last week you searched that river high and low. You, on my show, ruled out that Nicola was in that river, the River Wye. Why is it that tonight we still hear, allegedly, that Lancashire police still believe that's their main thought, if you want? I don't understand that, and neither does the public, Peter.
So there you go. Even Jezza is saying it to him, and to be fair, he's gone on there and spoken and said, he's running out of people to go to, isn't he? Because most of the people he went to, like James English or mainstream media, where he's saying she definitely categorically is not in the river, and now he's saying, oh, she definitely was, but he cannot find a sonar expert to confirm what he says. It's just and it's disrespectful. I mean, couldn't he have left it? What has happened now again today or over the last couple of days? Could he not have left it until he said he was going to leave it till after Christmas? And I was like, oh, why is he leaving it till after Christmas? Well, he hasn't left it till after Christmas to talk to another YouTuber or show another YouTuber. He's just leaving it till after Christmas before he does the important thing, which is going, supposedly, he said he was going to the Home Secretary. He said he was taking these images to the top and he had contacts no one would believe. Is that what he means? Two YouTubers and a psychic? Are these the contacts that he's got that no one would believe?
Well, Jeremy, if I'd known this information on day one, I handle I've worked on complex murders and cases, missing people since 1999. If I'd been given that information, and I am trusted, that wouldn't have been handed to the media, it would have been confidential, and I would have changed my whole search strategy. I assumed...
It would have been confidential, so now it would have all been confidential. But not really, Peter. Not really confidential, is it? Is it? When you're going on YouTube and talking to psychics about it, it's not really confidential, Peter. Come on.
Jeremy, that Nicola had slipped into the river and it's only 2 foot deep at the bottom of the bank. And that's why I've been so adamant that she's not in that part of the river. We've thoroughly searched it. If she had jumped in or intended to take her own life or walked off or wherever she is, that would change my whole plan. She could have ended up in the sea. But everything, it's changed this and it's really annoyed me.
In terms of, I read this, tell me if it's wrong. You've faced...
Yeah, so this is where, do you remember where he was saying he was really annoyed because he was not told about the specific vulnerabilities? But don't forget, the family brought him in. The police didn't bring him in. The family, Paul, Emma, whoever, brought him in. And they didn't tell him either about the specific vulnerabilities, did they? So he can blame the police all he likes. But surely in those intimate conversations he had with Paul or Emma or whoever he was talking to, why didn't they tell him about the specific vulnerabilities? So there's no point in him blaming the police. Well, the police weren't going to tell him because that's a confidentiality thing. But the family didn't tell him, and it was the family that brought him in. So why he's angry with the police, I'm not really quite sure.
a barrage of criticism and out of total respect, I think, for the family, you've given your services for free and you keep coming back. I now read or hear that you're going to be part of a land search. And don't take this the wrong way. I thought your expertise was diving. And again, I would say to you, as I said to Mark, what does it say about this police investigation that there need to be contractors from outside giving their services for free and coming and helping out?
No, actually, Jeremy, my expertise is I've specialised in land search. I've worked on April Jones. I've worked on the Peter Tobin case. I find buried human remains. So that's where I work. So it's awful. This is an awful case, and I just wish it had been handled a lot better in the first place by giving certain information that would have helped us target our search in specific areas.
Are you angry with the police?
I'm not. I understand. I work with the police every day. It's not angry with the police. I'm angry at their comms and the trust. I mean, normally I'm trusted with highly confidential information. It never goes in.
Oh God, he is so full of himself, isn't he? Honestly, one day I'll play the question and answer session thing that's been taken down, because I think it's been taken down because it becomes apparent in that how much he's so full of himself, and it's all me, me, me. He never mentions Nicola's family. He's always saying, "Oh, well, out of respect for Nicola's family, I'm not going to show the images." Then he shows the images. He does it. He described in that question and answer session the way he described Nicola, like she wasn't, he went into graphic detail, didn't he? Well, maybe you haven't seen it, or maybe you don't remember, but I do. And just not very nice the way that he was talking. But anyway.
And if I'd been told on the day that Nicola was high risk, she was vulnerable, then I would have treated my whole search totally different, and we would have looked at potential other areas with all the expertise we've got. We have our own helicopter up there as well. And
we have our own helicopter up there as well. Now, the other thing, of course, that he doesn't mention here that came out in the College of Police review is about him going around sort of just digging up randomly without permission, and then telling the family that he thought he'd seen a deposition site. He doesn't sort of, he's not mentioned that here, but anyway.
So I understand that they have to withhold certain information. I understand that, but giving it to me would have assisted the operation a lot easier.
Simon, pretty damning. Both Mark and Peter saying that the comms, certainly the media approach, has hindered this case. And you touched upon in our first part about what this family.
Now, I just want to say that this is the only time in this video that this policeman, or is he an ex-policeman as well, I presume, that he is allowed to speak. That this is the only time. The rest of the time it's just MWT and Peter Foulding. Hi, richplanet.net. Hi, Wes6.
Are going through, and one can only imagine now for Paul and his two daughters hearing this, they must be at their wits' end.
Yeah, and I think a point that Peter makes there, I think there's another side to that, is that Peter, for all the good intentions he has, is not entitled to that information unless he's been brought in by the police. So you wouldn't give.
And there you go. This is the crucial point. Peter is a civilian. He's not entitled to that information unless he's been brought in by the police. Now, and the same with, YouTubers who may have used to have been in the police, but they're not in the police now. They've not been in the police for years. Doesn't matter what they were, it matters what they are now. So, it's anyway, I don't know, difficult for me. They just, don't know what to say without I don't want to criticize anyone or anything, but I am critical.
Peter certain information about that. So I don't think that, unless he was brought in as a additional.
But here's my question. Why would they allow him to be brought in if they weren't prepared to give him information to help in the search? What's the
Well,
point?
I guess you can't stop him if you don't have the area sealed off. That's one of the issues.
Well, let's ask him, Peter. Did you do this off your own back, or as Simon says, were you, because you've said I'm annoyed that I didn't have that information, and Simon is implying that you wouldn't have that because the police didn't ask you, or what? I don't know. Help me out.
No. I was actually being tasked by the police search advisor by Lancashire Police on this job. I was tasked with specific areas. So I was tasked, actually, Simon, and no disrespect to you, but actually the police were tasking me, the search advisor, the pollster on the scene, as I always get tasked. We offered our services, but I was specifically briefed by the police search advisor on this particular job.
And
so you specifically briefed by the police search advisor on this particular job.
In all fairness, that would explain his anger today, that he wasn't given the full story. Mark, if I can bring you back in, and this is just me, this is just my reaction personally to what I heard today. I watched that press conference. I got the feeling that it was a bit panicky. I got the feeling that it was a little bit orchestrated, and as a result of the media and public pressure, going forward a little bit, you're there. Is their strategy changing? What are we, the public, let alone the family, supposed to make of what happens next? I mean, for example, if Peter's right, could this poor woman be further downstream? Because I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you make some very valid points there, Jeremy. I'm certainly speaking to the police yesterday, and my conversations with them today was to really put some pressure on the SI and say, the vulnerability, the information that I've been given. When I come in and do an investigation, I really go back to the very beginning, and it's amazing the amount of people that have provided me with information over the last 48 hours, telling me exactly what her state of mind is and what was going on. Police hadn't released that. I put them under pressure today and yesterday and said, listen, you've got to be much more open. What is going on? And this afternoon, I got some further information and pressed them on the fact.
I mean, but who is he to tell the police what they should do? I bet the police just hate him because he's like, oh no, I've said to them they should do this and they should do that. Who is he to tell the police what to do? Honestly, whatever you think of the police or don't think of the police, it's not up to Mark Williams-Thomas to take it upon himself to tell the police what to do. Who made him the king of the police? Who did? So he's always going on about his Savile, about Jimmy Savile and this, that, and the other. That he knew about Jimmy Savile for years. He never said anything until after he died. He just, anyway. Who made Mark Williams-Thomas the king of the police?
What has been the attendance of at this house in relation to the emergency services? And of course, we had this rush press release out this evening. They are changing their strategy. The senior officers within Lancashire have acknowledged that there is some failings here. It's not now, isn't the right time to be reviewing that, but there will be in due course. What we now need to focus on is the reality of where Nicola could be. And there's two simple points. I mean, one of the questions I put to the police today is, are they believing that she went in the water to commit suicide? Or is there another means to this? The problem is down here is the water flow is incredibly slow. The water on that day was only very slightly higher than it is now. And in order to drown in that water, you would have to have gone in there, unconscious in some way, or gone in there to prevent yourself from starting to breathe. There is another.
Hi, Blank Faces. Thank you for your video earlier. I really enjoyed that.
Another, of course, option is that she took herself away from that. She simply put the phone there, left the dog and went away. We don't know the answer to that. And let's be very clear for both, Paul and the family. And I have been in contact with them very closely in regards to my coming up here and also talking to the police. They are still living with the anguish of not knowing what's happened to Nicola. So whilst we're all saying, okay, it paints a very different picture, the reality.
So he's trying to insinuate that he's been in contact with the family and Paul, and he's just insinuating that. It's not true. I don't think, because oh, I don't know. It's just awful. Hi, KJ. It's just awful the way they're all like, No, these are people, right? So they whinge about social media, don't they? And I suppose people like me, and they're like professionals and they're different from everybody else. But they're the ones that are actually stirring it all up all the time and being disrespectful. I've never been disrespectful to Nicola, ever, ever. And look at them.
Is we still don't know where she is. And I still urge everybody out there to still keep providing information, still keep looking, because she hasn't just vanished. She is somewhere. And there is a strong possibility she is not in that water. She could be somewhere else.
Mark, thank you for now. More from you later. Just to finish with you, Peter Folding. What's your next course of action? You've admitted your annoyance at not having all the facts. With what's come out today, what's next for you and your team, my friend?
Well, Jeremy, I've offered my services. I'd quite happily work along. I'm a trusted expert with the National Crime Agency. I'd quite happily come.
Well, you were, Peter. You're not anymore. You're not anymore a trusted agent or whatever. Not anymore. That ship has definitely sailed.
Up and assist Lancashire Police, build that relationship. We had a good relationship on the day. I want to say that. I've got the greatest respect for the police. I work with them constantly. I will come up and assist. We got ground penetration radar. I've got 20.
Thank you, Mark, for saying that. That's fine, because yeah, it did all go quiet. It did all go quiet, didn't it? And then, of course, it all went mad when the College of Policing review. And I've taken a lot of stick because of my thoughts on Mr. Folding. And I'm not trying to tell other people what to think. Everybody has their own opinion on my channel. But I will never look at him the same way again.
20+ years of experience of specialist search, and that's why I do this, and I'm quite happily to bring my resources up to assist if they wish, and the offer is open, and build that relationship and work with them to try and help them.
So there you go. That was what I wanted to show you. That's what popped up on my YouTube this afternoon. Just came up. I wasn't intending to do a live. I wasn't intending to say. I've been sort of like, you know, practically sewing my lips together really after it, because you can imagine when he shared this image again with another YouTuber, I have been inundated again with emails, and thank you for everybody who let me know about it. But you know, I've had a lot of people want to let me know things, and that's good, and I'm grateful for that. But you know, so it's difficult not to comment, because you know I don't like to comment about other YouTube channels and that, because then you get dragged into all this sort of mess. And I feel like I'm sort of getting dragged into it again, because I just can't believe it, really. You know, it just seems so awful. But anyway, there you go. We'll see. You know, it's always like a tantalizing sort of thing. Or what are they going to say now? What is this YouTube channel going to say now about these images? Why didn't they just say it right from the start? Why are they sort of hanging it out like a carrot in front of you so that you watch the next episode? But anyway, I'm just like a bit, you know, especially with it coming up to Christmas, and you know what's going on in that household, and that how they're facing it. They're trying to face it one way or another. And this is not helping, is it? It's not helping. Why are people doing it? So, Charlie, is that your second gin and tonic now, or is it your third that you're on, or fourth, or maybe even fifth? Who knows? You're still on the gin and tonic. So, Ben, thank you. He's a self-taught expert. Well, there you go. There you go. But he's good at the old marketing. I'll say that for him. he's good at the old marketing. He certainly made. I didn't know he was a self-taught expert. Now, the other thing you need to remember is he is marketing his book in America at the moment, so that might explain a lot of things that are going on at the moment. He's I don't think he flew over there in his helicopter, but he flew over there, and he's like pushing his book over in America. So no, you're right, Ebo. The only one who hasn't been blamed is Nicola's mum. Well, come on. Is someone going to come up with a conspiracy theory about Doc? Because she's the only one, you know, who we haven't had a conspiracy theory about. I mean, for goodness sake, it's just, oh, it's awful. It's awful. Well, Tracy, you will have a lot on at the moment, of course, because it's coming up to Christmas and everything. So I hope you're okay. I hope you're looking forward to it. But, you know, it's all going... Everyone's saying, yeah, it's gone crazy, Rio. It's gone crazy. And, you know, where are we? We're on the 20th of December. The 20th of December. Why couldn't they just leave it alone? Why cause all this just before Christmas? Just seems horrible to me. Horrible. And, you know, I'm surprised that some people, you know, getting involved in it, to be honest. I had a bit more respect for them as well, but of course that's all gone now, so there you go. Yeah. Yeah, Kelly, there's because I've been reading about, so what they called that, because they did find that Kelly Rodney, wasn't it? Was it Keely Rodney? But that was a whole different thing from where Nicola went missing. Nicola went missing in this small river. At the end of the day, it was a small river. Where Keely or Kelly Rodney, I need to maybe one day do a video about them. That was a massive lake, wasn't it? And I do think that that company went over there and did find the car, which was brilliant that they found them. I mean, they should be able to work together, but I don't know. David, he pushes his book a lot more than I do. I always forget to push mine, unfortunately. Perhaps that's what I should do. So yeah, if you want a good read over Christmas, that's what he said. Yeah, so he still managed. He did manage to push his book. He always, anyway. I don't blame him for that. Everyone's got to make a living. I'm not against him doing that. I'm just the literally only problem that I have now with Mr. Folding is, when is he going to show the sonar images to an expert instead of YouTubers and psychics? That is the only thing I would say. You know, he keeps saying, oh, he's going to send him here and he's going to do this and he's going to do that. So he's got plenty of time to show them to YouTubers and stuff and do interviews and God knows what, but he hasn't got the time to sit down with another sonar expert and have them say, you know, they don't have to show I don't want to see the images. I understand those images should be private. I don't understand why he showed them to other people. What I want is another expert, I say another expert or an expert, you know, to actually say, oh yes, I've seen those images and I think he's right. I think that because don't forget that the psychic, Deborah, she said she could see everything, the head, the bottom, the feet. She, you know, she didn't only say like it looked a little bit like a body or whatever. It was clear as anything. She was sobbing, wasn't she, falsely on the, you know, she was heartbroken at seeing everything so clearly. So why? Anyway, never mind. Hi, Helen. A professional review, exactly, blank faces. Yeah. Yeah. Well, there you go. For him to be believed, and I want to believe him. You know, I did respect him right in the beginning. Anybody would know that. Any video that I made, everything, it was around what he said. I don't, you know, I am struggling a bit now to remember why I thought that, but I think it was because he told us what an expert he was. You know, and I was like astounded. When the, you know, on the family statement, like when Nicola was identified and Pauline Stables read out that family statement, I was absolutely astounded when they laid into Peter Folding, you know, saying so-called professionals and all these things. I really was. I want to believe him. I honestly want to believe him. I've believed him right from the beginning. Oh, Wes, I think, you know, I'm not an ignorant cow. Let's just show you what Wes has to say. So, Vicky, well, you've spelt my name wrong, Wes6. He knows his stuff, you ignorant cow. Oh, well, thank you for that, Wes. You're such a nice person. Do you know, if you don't agree with me, that's fine. I literally is fine. But do you know what? Look at the way you talk. You know, you are probably, you know, everything that Peter Folding, you know, and the way he took I'm an ignorant cow. I'm an ignorant cow because I've got a different opinion to you. I mean, come on, you know, what are you? Lovely Wes, lovely Wes. Oh, Wes. Do you know what? Just go away and go and watch another channel. Why are you even here? If I'm an ignorant cow, well, I tell you what, thank you for your participation because you'll have improved my algorithm. And thank you for watching because you'll have improved my views. But do you know what? You might think I'm an ignorant cow. I just think you're a rude shit who really, it doesn't surprise me, your views. Thank you, Charlie. I know. So, you know, Wes, you have a brain injury. Yeah. Okay, Wes. Well, anyway, do you know what? I don't give a shit what you think. I don't even know you for a start. So why would I even care what you think? But I think the best thing you could do, Wes, really is go off and watch somebody else. Take the rubbish out. I'm not going to take him out because I'm going to let him add to my algorithm. I'm going to let him, you know, contribute his bit. And then he'll just improve my algorithm and they're good, good for him. What a prat. So I do believe he did start off okay. But anyway, never mind. So exactly, Mark, the truth is what we want. We only want the truth. My whole thing is something happened to Nicola. Yeah, I just want to say something happened to her. All this is smoke and mirrors. It is smoke and mirrors, really, because it doesn't even matter, really, whether Peter was right or whether he was wrong or whatever. It doesn't matter. You know, it really, really doesn't matter. What matters is what did happen to Nicola. What did happen to her? How did she end up in that river? That's all I care about. That's all I care about. And Peter Folding has disrespected Nicola by showing those images to lots of different people and the wrong people. I'm sorry, they're the wrong people. Don't show them to YouTubers. If he wants to take them to Number 10, if he wants to show them to James Cleverly, good. Show them to people or show them to experts. Don't show them to YouTubes and fake psychics. That's what I'd say. Twonk. Oh, Wes, I love you. I love you. Thank you. You can have an opinion. I view you as someone with an opinion. Good for you. Have a nice Christmas. Anyway, so, and it's the wrong time. It's the wrong time to be showing these things now. You should have showed them right at the beginning. He didn't send them to the coroner. And again, I've got no, how I feel about the coroner. I'm very disappointed in the coroner. But he did not send them to the coroner until after September. I think it was September time. So, I just don't understand his timing. I just don't understand his timing. Charlie, don't be upset, because I literally am not upset. I've been called a lot worse things by people that actually mattered in my life. Do you know what I mean? It's quite funny, really, because, well, he's got a brain injury. Anyway, he says he's got a brain injury, so we've got to feel sorry for him, really. So, okay. Now, I'm going to try very hard not to do any videos about Nicola from now until after Christmas. Not for any, I'm going to try hard, because you just never know what's going to come up, do you? Unfortunately, here we are on the 20th of here we are on the 20th of December. Who knows what's going to come up, but I'm going to try my very best to not make any videos, any comments about Nicola Bully. Let her family have at least, a Christmas without all this shite on the, that's how I feel. I feel like walking away from it, to be honest, because as well, this person, what's his name? I've forgotten his name even. Oh, Wes 6. This is the shite that I get whenever I try and do like a video about Nicola. It's the only time that I get all nastiness and that. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want to, why would I want that? I mean, I don't care about it in one way, but I don't want it. So, I'd quite happily just walk away from it. But the only reason that I don't walk away from it is because I know that people really want answers. And I still feel inside something happened, something bad happened to Nicola. Some sort of foul play happened to Nicola. I don't know what it was. We wouldn't all still be talking about it a year later. Let's face it, this is nearly a year on and people are still talking about it, because there's something that's not right. It's felt wrong right from the beginning. But I don't think Peter Folding is helping in the least, to be honest. But anyway, there you go. I'm not upset. I am not upset, Charlie. Honestly, I promise I'm not upset. I am the least thing from upset. I'm tired now, to be honest. But yeah, Tracy, unfortunately, he showed the images to at least 3 people anyway. He's probably showed them to all his mates. Sorry, I'm just laughing because Wes is he's getting funnier and funnier. But I'm not going to turf him off. I'm not going to turf him off. That's what I've seen that before on other channels where he can say what he likes. I'm just can't be arsed, to be honest. I can take it. You're sure. Anyway, sorry, I'm waffling on now. So I'm going to go. But thank you so much, all of you that are here. Even you, Wes, thank you so much for watching. You're really helping with my algorithm. I'm very grateful for that. But more, I'm grateful to everybody else who was here and is supportive and Remember to live and love very carefully, very wisely. Please avoid anyone like Wes. And I'll see you really soon in the next video. Oh yeah, and don't forget to press the like button, please. So I'll see you really soon in the next video. And until then, may your God go with you. Yeah, thank you. Bye.